Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Contador Publico at your service. Okay, so this is now our fourth video on our series for the accounting cycle. We are solving a service entity problem on its second month of operations. Okay, so the problem is from FINMA Education. And in the first three videos, we have created the general journal for these 10 transactions using this post-closing trial balance of September 2020. We have created the general ledgers. Okay, we have created the adjustments, and we have created the adjusted trial balance. So, nagtapos tayo. Pinakita ko sa inyo yung tinatawag natin na worksheet. Okay, so ito muna yung general journals natin na ginawa. And then, so we finish ledgers and worksheets. So, dito tayo nagtapos. Okay, so pinakita ko sa inyo yung tinatawag na worksheet. Or ito kasi lang yung kailangan ng problem. Hanggang adjusted trial balance lang. But I showed you as well sa isa yung pag-identify kung alin yung pupunta sa balance sheet and alin yung income statement accounts. Okay? So, the next that we have to do, okay, so, our next agenda is this. We are done with this. So, dito na tayo sa letter C. Preparation of financial statement. So first, we'll prepare the income statement or the statement of changes in comprehensive income. You have your changes in owner's equity, your cash flow statement, and the statement of financial position. So since we are doing a problem solving, hindi ko sa inyo i-detailed explain isa-isa yung bawat statement. I'll just show you how to do it in this video, and then maybe later we'll have a dedicated lesson for one statement each. Okay, since maraming explanation, masyado siyang hahaba kung explain ko dito. So I'll just explain briefly while doing the income statement, changes in owner's equity, cash flows, and statement ng financial position. We will follow kung ano yung title niya dito. Okay? So, normally, dapat statement of comprehensive income siya, statement of changes in owner's equity. Pero, since ito yung direction niya, we will follow kung anong title na nilagay niya dito. Okay? Fourth video will do horizontal and vertical analysis ng income statement and balance sheet. Okay, so let's start preparing our income statement. So, ito na yung worksheet mo. I-hide ko muna tong just trial balance. So, kailangan muna natin gawin is the income statement. Okay. So, i-follow natin yung directions. So, in an income statement, the first, it will always start with the name of your company. So, ako kasi, ginawa ko na lang siyang ABC Company, to be simple. Okay? So, ABC Company. Pero sa inyo, kung gagawin nyo siya, so, pwede namang kung ano apelido mo, yun na lang siya. Okay? Company. And second line would be the title of your financial statement, which is income statement. And your third line, ang third line mo lagi, kapag income statement, it will start with for the period ended. So, for the period ended, so tayo ay, for the period ended October 31, pero nasa Pilipinas pala na setting. So, una yung month, October 31, 2020. Okay, so laging yan yung header ng iyong income statement or financial statement. Ito yung mahalaga kasi may iba siya pag balance sheet. Laging pag income statement, it's for the period. Kasi nga, yung income statement is used to present the performance of the company, the financial performance ng company for the period being presented. So, kung ano yung performance niya nung October. Kaya, for the period. Coverage niya is for the month ended. Okay, so normally, ang makikita nyo na available is for the month ended, for the for the period ended, for the year ended. So since isang buwan lang ito, para malinaw, let's use for the month ended October 31, 2020. So gagayahin natin itong slide na to. Okay? Para uniform tayo dun sa format ng problem. So kung anong nakalagay dyan. So gawin natin for the period, for the month ended October 2020. Okay. So your first portion sa inyong income statement ay ang inyong revenues. Okay, so you have your revenues. So gagayahin mo na lang yung format ng pakita natin to para guide nyo. So, ito kasi yung problem. Okay. So, yan yung gagawin nyo din. So, gagawa ka ng income statement for the month of October. So, kung paano nyo sinulat para uniform kayo since yun yung pinapakita niya. Pero, iba-iba kasi ang format ng statement of comprehensive income depende sa company. So, in this case, we will use yung format ng prior month. Okay? So, you have your service revenue. Here, ang revenue accounts nyo lang ay service revenue. So, service revenue and then yung magkano siya, your amount here. Okay? So, just always use or sa computation nyo, just put the peso sign. And then, since wala na tayong revenue, we will proceed to the second portion of the income statement, your expenses. This is just a basic accounting problem, kaya makikita nyo, basic din yung pagkaka-present niya ng income statement. Okay, then, we will list lahat ng ating expenses. So, sa income statement, ang tamang presentation niya as per PFRS 1 is you have to separate them in accordance. Either you present them in accordance to their nature or in accordance to their function. Pero since basic accounting pa lang tayo, so okay lang, i-present na lang natin yung expenses here in any order. You will discuss yung nature and function ng expenses when you go to a higher level of accounting. Okay, so you get the total expense or total expenses. So, yan yung total expenses mo. Now, you will get your net income. Ika-calculate natin ang net income, which is basically your total revenue minus your total expenses. Okay. So, our net income is, nakita ko na rin yan dito, it's 27,400. So, ito na yung ating income statement for this problem. So again, this is just basic accounting. So we presented it the way we do basic accounting lang. This will be different kung nasa intermediate level of accounting ka na. Okay? So, next, we'll proceed to the preparation of our changes in owner's equity. Okay, so sa changes of owner's equity, so gawa ka na naman ng panibagong worksheet or panibagong paper, kuha ka ng panibagong bond paper. So, ABC company ka din for the month. Okay. So, kagaya ng income statement, ang inyong statement of changes in equity or changes in owner's equity will be for the month ended. Kasi nangyari yung changes dun sa month na yun. Changes in owner. So, we will use the terminology given in the problem. So, sa PFRS 1 or IFRS, this is also called Statement of Changes in Owner's Equity or Statement of Changes in Equity. So, okay, for the month ended October, normally talaga may 31 yan. Okay, October 31, 2020. So, ang first line natin is capital at September 30 or yung beginning ng period 2020. So, ang capital natin, beginning of the period ay okay, 350,000. Sorry. Punta ka dun sa ledger mo. Ano yan, 350? So, mag-consult ka sa, buksan mo yung general ledger mo. Okay. Punta ka sa capital. Makikita mo siya doon. Yan. O kaya naman, punta ka sa post-closing trial balance ng September. So, as you can see, meron siyang capital beginning or capital on September 30, 2020 na 284,000. Then, you add additional investments during the month. Okay? Additional investments during the period. So, punta ka na naman sa ledger. Meron ba siyang additional investment? So, meron kang 66,000. Ina-add yan. Then, you add or your net income. Okay? So, base dun sa income statement mo, na ginawa natin. Okay, so separate natin siya ng window. Okay, so base dito sa income statement mo, meron kang net income na 27,000. So let's just this. Palakayin natin para kitang-kita niyo. Okay. So, meron ka dito 27,000. So, ano pa yung nakaka-apekto sa owner's equity? Meron kang drawing. So, kung pupunta ka sa general ledger mo, meron kang drawings. Or kung pupunta ka dito sa worksheet mo, meron kang ABC drawings 50,000. So, ilalagay mo siya ngayon sa statement of sa changes in owner's equity. So, ang drawings or withdrawals ay deduction. So, reduction in capital yan. Withdrawals by the owner or additional ito, pwede mo siyang lagyan ng additional investment by the owner. Ito, pwede mo siyang lagyan withdrawals by the owner. Okay, so withdrawal. So, less. Magkano yung withdrawals natin? Or drawings natin? 50,000. Okay. So, ito total mo siya. So, don't forget to double rule. So, in accounting, normally yung total dino-double rule. Kumakita yung double. Top and bottom. Okay. Double rule yan. Hindi lang masyadong kita. So, dalawang guhit. Then, put the peso signs here and here. Okay, so ito na yung capital on October 31, 2020. So, this is how we would prepare a simple changes in owner's equity sa basic accounting. Then, we'll proceed to the next financial statement na hinihingi ng problem. Cash flow statement. Okay, so, in yung cash flow statements, meron siyang two ways of preparation of your cash flow statements. First is the direct method, wherein you would just put your beginning cash. So, in the direct method, what you will do is you will put your beginning cash, beginning of the period, or on September 30. So, ilalagay mo siya dyan. And then, you would add or you would present your 3 activities. Kasi sa cash flow statements, divided yan into 3 activities. The operating, investing, and financing activities. Yung operating activities, ito yung lahat ng activities ng company na may kinalaman sa operations. So, purchases of supplies, yung cash payments to suppliers, your receipts or collection from customers, purchase of supplies, so those kinds of things. Meron ka namang tinatawag na investment. Sa investment naman, this is more on or related ito sa inyong long-term assets. Okay? Long-term assets naman siya. Yung operating kasi, more on current assets and current liabilities. Yung changes doon. Tapos, si investment, magkakaiba niya. So, dito mo pinapresent yung usage of cash or yung increases in cash dahil ng investments or yung movement ng inyong non-current or long-term assets. Then, the third, so you have operating, you have investing activities, And then, you have the financing. So, itong financing na tinatawag, nandito naman yung mga activities ng company affecting your capital, yung capital and your long-term debt. Okay? Long-term debt and capital. So, anything na nagiging source of fund ng company, yung mga activities doon like additional investments, withdrawals, so anything affecting your capital and your long-term or non-current liabilities, these are your financing activities. Okay? So you'll present your operating activities, your investing activities, your financing activities, and then you will get your net change in cash. Then, makukuha mo na yung cash at the end of the period, cash at end of year, or cash at October 31, 2020. Okay, so I will use or I will present to you, hindi ko siya gagamitin yung direct method. I will just explain this in detail in another video. But for now, for this presentation, I will use the indirect method kasi for accountants, mas madaling sundan yung indirect method ng cash flows. And this is the most or the widely used method in preparation of the cash flows. So in the indirect method, this is how you do it. You put the net income on top. You add all your non-cash expenses. Add or deduct your non-cash expenses. Income and expenses. Since wala tayong interest income, or since wala tayong non-cash income, I'll just put non-cash expenses. Okay. You add the effects of your operating activities, wherein, okay, so nandyan na yung changes in operating activities. Okay, so net income, you add your non-cash expenses. Ang tawag mo dyan is operating income before working capital changes. Okay. So ito na yung working capital changes mo, yun na yung operating activities na tinatawag. Ano ba yung working capital? Ang working capital kasi is your current assets minus your current liabilities. So, ang effect niya, kung meron kang increase in accounts receivable, increase, ililess mo yun. Okay. So, any increase in your current assets, i-deduct mo siya. Kung decrease naman ng current assets, i-add mo siya. Okay. Then, yung liability, kapag increase, pag nag-increase siya, i-add mo siya. And kapag nag-decrease naman, current liabilities. And less kung siya ay decrease. So, bakit? Bakit kapag, ano bang ibig sabihin ng increase in assets? decrease in current assets. Ibig sabihin, yung beginning balance, kukunin mo kasi yung change between the beginning balance and the ending balance. So, pagko-compare mo ang balance as of or balance sheet ng September 30 versus October 31. So, yun yung change or increase, decrease. Yun yung tinatawag na change in current assets or change in current liabilities. Ang technique dyan, kapag assets, kung increase, kabaliktaran ang effect niya sa cash. Bakit? Kasi nag-increase yung current asset mo, di ba? So, nagkaroon siya ng exchange in assets. Kung pareho silang asset, yung isa nag-increase, yung isa nag-decrease, ang decrease, lagi yan credit. So, kung increase mo ay isang asset, ang credit mo ay cash, so nabawasan yung cash. Kaya, less siya. Kung increase in current liabilities naman, tsaka decrease in bakit siya add? Kasi nadagdagan yung utang mo. Sa halip na magbayad ka or sa halip na nabawasan yung cash mo dahil may binili kang item, nadagdagan yung utang mo. So, ang effect nun, nag-increase then yung liability. So, wala siya, ang effect niya sa cash mo, parang nag-increase siya. Okay? Kaya ina-add back siya. Kasi instead mabawasan ka, hindi ka nabawasan ng, for example, 10,000. Hindi nabawasan yung cash mo. Kaya ina-add back siya dito. Okay. Then you have, kung maiplatag mo na yan, so yun na yung tinatawag na net cash flow from operating activities. So, yun na yung operating activities. Then, you add your investing activities. So, cash flows from investing activities. So, dito na pumapasok again yung activities related sa non-current assets mo. So, kung meron kang purchase of non-current assets or sale of non-current assets. Kung purchase, bumili ka. So, ibig sabihin nabawasan yung cash mo. So, ito, usage of cash to. Okay? Ito naman, yung sale. So, kung nagbenta ka, makaka-receive ka na ang cash. Okay? So, ang net effect niyan, tinatawag na net cash flow from investing activities naman. And then, the next is your cash flows from financing. So, again, yung financing, anything related to your capital or long-term debt. So, kung meron kang additional investments, withdrawals, okay, ano pa? Kung meron kang borrowing, so kung meron kang bank loan, long-term loan, during the year, or loans during the period, during the month, okay? Kung payments, kung binayaran mo yon, payments of borrowings or bank loans, and kung meron kang ano pa ba siya? Simple. So, kung simple company ka lang, so normally yan yung cash flow from financing activities mo. So, pag pinag-add mo lahat yan, so, ang additional investment, isipin mo, nakakadagdag siya sa cash, di ba? So, positive yan. So, this is positive. Ito naman, negative siya. Kasi, nababawasan ng withdrawal yung cash mo. Bank loan, kung nag-loan ka during the month, madadagdagan yung cash. So, positive yan. Kung payments naman, nagbayad ka. So, negative siya. So, yun yung net cash flow from investing activities. So, i-add mo lang. Okay. I-add mo na to. Your net cash flow from operating, cash flow from investing, cash flow from financing, so yan na yung net change in cash during the month. So, i-add mo na siya sa cash beginning of the period or cash at September 30, 2020. And yung total niyan, yun na yung magiging cash at the end of the period or cash at October 31, 2020. So, ito, ang header mo is cash flow statements. So, mamaya, papakita ko yung buong cash flow statement. So, ito lang yung paano siya gawin. Okay? Before natin i-prepare yung cash flow statements, gusto ko muna ipakita sa inyo yung balance sheet. Kasi, kakailanganin natin ang increase and decrease in your mga current assets. Okay. So, before natin gawin yung cash flows, gawin muna natin yung statement of financial position para makuha natin yung increases and decreases ng current assets. Okay, so, ganito yung paggawa ng statement of financial position. I already prepared yung template form natin. So, merong dalawang form or presentation ng statement of financial position or balance sheet. Meron tayong tinatawag na report form and meron din namang account form. So, kapag report form, ganito siya. Assets sa taas, liabilities sa baba. Kapag naman account form, assets is ilalagay mo siya dito, tapos nasa left side niya yung liabilities and owner's equity. So, yung nakapresent dito sa example, nung September 2020, ito yung tinatawag na account form. So, nasa kanan yung assets, nasa kaliwa yung assets, nasa kanan yung liabilities and owner's equity. Para siyang isang malaking T account. So, yun yung account form. Ito naman yung report form. Ito yung commonly used sa mga financial statements ng companies nowadays. So, for this video, I will use the report form. So, ang pagkakasunod-sunod niya is you arrange your assets according to liquidity. Sa Philippines, mas ginagamit yung according to liquidity. So, nauuna yung most liquid asset. Most liquid meaning, ang liquid kasi, how fast you convert your asset into cash. So, syempre, ang most liquid asset mo lagi ay cash. Kasi cash na siya. Hindi mo na siya kailangang i-convert. So, cash or cash and cash equivalents. So, the next one is your accounts receivables. Okay. May kulang pala ako. Allowance for doubtful So, since this is a simple or basic accounting, ilalagay na lang natin siya lahat ng accounts dito. But normally, in intermediate accounting, meron ka pang tinatawag na grouping of accounts. So, you will discuss that on your intermediate accounting. So, since basic accounting tayo, let's just transfer the accounts here and group them into current or non-current. So, sa mga hindi nakapanood ng basic concepts ko, diniscuss ko doon yung current assets. Okay, ito yung mga assets na you can convert into cash or you can expense them, okay, during the next 12 months from balance sheet date. So, pwede mo siyang ma-receive during the next 12 months or the normal operating cycle of the business. Okay? So, yun yung mga current assets. Ang non-current assets naman, ito yung mga assets na magbibigay sa'yo ng benefit, hindi lang in the next 12 months, but more than. So, magagamit mo siya, you will receive benefits or benefits will flow to the entity. Yun kasi ang definition ng asset with future economic benefits. So, meron kang future economic benefits sa mga pag-aari na ito on the next 12 months and more. So, more than 12 months mo pa siyang mapapakinabangan. Kagaya na nga shop equipment mo, ang life niya 10 years, diba? So, within the 10 years, mapapakinabangan mo siya or may marireceive kang revenue or may ma-generate kang revenue dahil dyan sa equipment na yan. O kaya naman, you will expense it, you'll depreciate it for the next more than 1 year. So, ito nga, 10 years kasi yung shop equipment. So, sa problem natin, hindi niya kasi binigay yung depreciation ng furniture and fixtures. But for sure, sa ibang problems na ma-encounter nyo, there will be a depreciation for furniture and fixtures. And this is most probably or more than 1 year. Okay. Now, so yun yung non-current assets. Then, i-add mo yung current and non-current assets to get your total assets. Then, the next portion is your liabilities. Meron din siyang current and non-current liabilities. Sa mga hindi naiintindihan yung difference, again, balikan nyo yung video ko ng basic concepts ng lesson. So, meron tayong accounts payable. Ibig sabihin, ang liabilities naman, you rank it or pagsusunod-sunodin mo siya in accordance to maturity. Maturity meaning, kailan mo siya babayadan? Maturity nung payable. Kailan siya due? Okay? When it will fall due. So, if it's less than 12 months, ina-expect mo na babayaran mo siya for the next 12 months, those are current liabilities. Okay? And those that you expect to pay more than 12 months, so yun yung non-current liabilities naman. I-add mo yan para makuha ang total liabilities. And then, for a simple company like this, you just have your ABC capital. Saan naman gagaling dun sa statement of changes in owner's equity mo na kinumpute kanina. Okay? So, let's prepare our statement of financial position. So, what we do, kung ano yung nandito sa working paper mo, ika-copy-paste lang natin siya. Okay, so, ganito ang pag-present niya. So, yung cash, dito siya. Ang accounts receivable kasi, ibabawas mo pa yung allowance. So, dito mo siya ilalagay sa kabilang column. Okay, so less allowance for doubtful account. So, binabawas siya. So, lagyan mo siya ng border. So, magkano siya? Ang mapupunta dito ay 9,900. Okay. Then, shop supplies, prepaid insurance. So, copy and paste mo lang yan dyan. So, yun na yung, i-add mo sila. Yun na yung total current assets mo. Okay. Hindi pa siya double rule. Single rule pa lang yan kasi subtotal pa lang siya. Okay. Yung furniture and fixtures naman. Okay. So, galing lang din dito sa trial balance mo. Saan ba siya nanggaling? Pakita ko ulit. Dito siya nanggaling sa adjusted trial balance. Okay, so kakopy mo lang. So 75,000 ang furniture and fixtures. 130,000 ang shop equipment. 2,000 ang accumulated depreciation. So, ibabawas mo yung accumulated depreciation. Okay. Tapos, pag tinotal mo yan, yan na yung iyong non-current assets. So, makukuha mo na ang iyong, so, add your total current assets and total non-current assets. Ito na yung total asset mo. So, i-double rule mo na siya. Okay? So, yun na. Double rule. Ito, dito kita yung double rule. Then, you go to your accounts payable or to your liabilities. Ang current mo ay accounts payable mo 27,500. Ang loans payable mo. So, yan na yan. Yan yung total niya. Okay. Underline. Your loans payable. So, yan lang yung non-current natin. So, total na ulit natin siya. So, you will now get your, if you add your current and non-current, that's your total liabilities. 137,500. Now, yung capital, so hindi mo na gagayahin dito. Kukunin mo na siya sa statement of changes in equity mo. Okay. 327,500. Okay. Sorry, ang net income mo pala ay 27,400. So, ang iyong statement of changes is ang iyong capital ay okay, 400. So, yan siya. 464,900. So, basta make sure tama yung pag-transfer kagaya nito para balance yung sagot mo. So, as you can see, your total assets is equal to the total of your liabilities plus owner's equity. So, ito, double rule again. Okay. So, yan, double rule na siya. So, ito na yung statement of financial position as of. So, yan yung difference between the income statement, cash flows, at saka owner's equity sa inyong financial position. Dun sa tatlo kasi ang gagamitin mo for the month ended or for the period ended or for the year ended. Kapag balance sheet siya or financial position, you would use as of the month ended, October 31 or October 2020. So, pwedeng October 31, 2020, pwedeng October 2020. Basta as of siya. Kasi yun na yung balance mo nung end ng period. Ito kasi, pinipresent niya ano yung nangyari during the period. Kaya for the month ended. Ito naman, what is the balance at the end? Okay, ending balance na sila. Kaya as of the month ended. Unlike yung 3, you're presenting the changes during the month. Okay, so, dahil natapos na natin ang financial position, we'll proceed to the cash flow. Ilalagay ko lang muna yung balance nung September 2020 para makita nyo yung increases and decreases so we can calculate our cash flows. Okay, so now, let's proceed to the preparation ng ating cash flow statements. Okay, so first, header is you put the company name, and then the title of your financial statements, cash flow statements, or statement of cash flows, and then for the period ended October 2020. Okay, so as I've said earlier, gagamitin ko is indirect method of preparation. So first, we'll start sa net income. Ano ba yung net income natin? We'll go back to your income statement. 27,400. Okay. So, 27,400. Then, you add your non-cash expenses. So, tignan mo yung income statement mo. Kung meron ba dyang expense na non-cash. So, ibig sabihin ng non-cash, hindi mo siya talaga binayadan during the year. Ito normally yung sa adjusting entries mo. So, kasama dyan ang depreciation, amortization, bad debts expense, or uncollectible expense. So, add back natin. You will add your depreciation expense kasi hindi mo talaga siya binayaran ng cash. Wala ka talagang cash outflow dyan, so i-add back natin sila. No, lahat na to, cash expenses na. Okay? So, ang tawag mo doon, operating income before cash flow, before working capital changes. So, operating income. Before working capital changes. Okay. So, operating income before working capital changes, i-add mo yan. So, meron kang 28,500. Then, i-add mo ngayon yung working capital changes mo. Saan mo kukunin yung working capital changes? Gumawa na ako ng comparison nung 2020 September tsaka October 2020 na balance sheet or statement of financial position. Makukuha mo to sa changes in your current assets and current liabilities. Okay? So, except for cash. Hindi kasama ang cash. Kasi ito nga yung kukunin mo, yung 17,000. Saan nanggaling yung nag-change na 17. So, ang accounts receivable mo, okay, ito yung accounts receivable mo, nagkaroon ka ng increase. So, 99 siya minus 0. So, nag-increase ang accounts receivable mo ng 9,900. Okay, so dun sa sabi ko sa'yo, sa discussion natin kanina, kapag increase in assets, i-deduct mo siya. Okay? So, ito, ibig sabihin, increase in accounts receivable. So, i-minus mo siya. Okay? Ngayon naman, yung shop supplies mo, nag-decrease. So, pag decrease in assets, or decrease in current asset, siya naman ay i-add. So, 3,000. Tapos, meron kang prepaid insurance, nag-increase siya. So, ibig sabihin, nag-spend ka ng cash. So, increase in prepayments or prepaid insurance. So, dahil increase siya, positive siya dito, kabaliktaran siya. Yun ang tatandaan. Pag asset siya, kung anong nangyari, babaliktarin mo yung sign niya dito sa cash flow. So, increase, ima-minus. Decrease, i-add. Increase, ima-minus. Okay? So, punta naman tayo sa current liabilities. Current liabilities mo ay meron kang increase in payable. Okay, sabi ko nga kanina, pag increases in current liabilities, i-add back siya. Kasi supposedly, binayaran mo siya, pero hindi. So, nag-increase yung cash mo. So, wala na tayong current, wala na tayong change in current assets and current liabilities. So, yan na yung natawag na net cash flow. So, i-add mo na ngayon to, yung operating income before working capital changes, tsaka changes in or your working capital changes. Makukuha mo na yung net cash flow mo from operating activities. So, ang cash pala na na-generate mo from your operating activities is 1,100. Okay? So, now let's proceed naman sa cash flow from investing activities. Okay? Tignan natin, meron ba siyang purchase of non-current assets? So, saan mo yan makikita? Babalik ka ngayon sa general ledger. Okay? So, non-current assets. Or, pwede din, tingnan mo yung changes. Okay? Makikita mo din yan dito. Okay? So, di ba may change? May change ba? Wala. Wala ka palang purchase of equipment. Wala. Wala kang pinurchase. So, wala kang change in cash flow from investing activities. Wala kang addition sa equipment. Okay? Meron ka lang additional depreciation which is non-cash. So, wala kang investing activities. Kung babalikan mo lahat, wala ka kasing non-current assets na pinurchase, wala ka ding pinagbili. So, wala siya. So, none. So, your net cash flow from investing is 0. Okay. Now, let's go to your cash flow from financing activities. So, punta muna tayo sa additional investment. So, saan mo ito makikita? Ang additional and withdrawal sa changes in equity mo. So, meron kang additional investment na 66,000. So, additional investment from owner, meron kang 66,000. Tapos, meron ka namang withdrawals of owner na 50,000. So, withdrawal of investment of owner 50,000. Bank loan. O, tignan natin kung magbago ba yung loan mo. Okay. So, loans payable, no changes. So, wala kang bank loans. Wala ka din payment of loans. Walang additional bank loans, walang payment of loans. So, yan na yung changes mo during or sa iyong financing activities for this problem. Okay, so yan na yung tinatawag nating cash flow. Nakukuha na natin siya pag pinag-add mo to. Net cash flow from okay. So, wait. Meron kasi tayong, dapat ang increases in accounts receivable mo, hindi mo isasama yung allowance. So, ipagko-compare natin is yung gross receivable. Kasi non-cash yung allowance. So, punta ka na lang sa, okay. So, hindi siya 99. Wait ha. Balikan natin to. So, yung gross mo is 10,000. Huwag natin gamitin yung okay, ang gagamitin natin ay yung gross. Kasi in-add back mo na yung 100 doon. Okay, so October na gross minus yung September. So, may increase ka na 10,000. So, ito, 10,000. Or, yung net change minus yung 100 dito. Okay? So, net mo dito, net cash flow from operating activities mo is 1,000. Tapos, cash flows from financing activities is 16,000. So, makukuha mo na yung net change in your cash during the month or during October or during the month. So, meron kang 1,000 plus 0 plus 16,000. So, ito yung net change during the month. Then, nalagay na natin yung, so, i-add mo, magkano ba yung beginning balance? So, cash in September. Okay. So, cash mo nung September ay 210,000. So, pag pinag-add mo ngayon to, yung net change plus the beginning balance, makukuha mo na yung ending balance. So, ito, double rule natin siya ulit. So, yan na yung cash. Okay, so, di ba, match. cash at the end of the month or cash at October 31, 2020. So, ito na yung statement of cash flows. Ang checking nyo dyan is ito, dapat equal siya dito. Okay? And ito, 227,000 dapat equal siya sa cash mo as per your balance sheet. Okay. So, that's your statement of cash flows or cash flow statement. Okay, so now, let's proceed to the preparation ng ating cash flow statements. Okay, so first header is you put the company name, and then the title of your financial statements, cash flow statements or statement of cash flows, and then for the period ended October 2020. Okay, so as I've said earlier, gagamitin ko is indirect method of preparation. So, first, we'll start sa net income. So, ano ba yung net income natin? You go back to your income statement, 27,400. Okay. So, 27,400. Then, you add your non-cash expenses. So, tignan mo yung income statement mo kung meron ba dyang expense na non-cash. So, ibig sabihin ng non-cash, hindi mo siya talaga binayadan during the year. Ito normally yung sa adjusting entries mo. So, kasama dyan ang depreciation, amortization, bad debts expense, or uncollectible expense. So, add back natin. You will add your depreciation expense kasi hindi mo talaga siya binayaran ng cash. Wala ka talagang cash outflow dyan, so i-add back natin sila. So, lahat na to cash expenses na. Okay? So, ang tawag mo doon, operating income before cash flow, before working capital changes. So, operating income. Before working capital changes. Okay. So, operating income before working capital changes, i-add mo yan. So, meron kang 28,500. Then, i-add mo ngayon yung working capital changes mo. Saan mo kukunin yung working capital changes? Gumawa na ako ng comparison nung 2020 September tsaka October 2020 na balance sheet or statement of financial position. Makukuha mo to sa changes in your current assets and current liabilities. Okay? So, except for cash. Hindi kasama ang cash. Kasi ito nga yung kukunin mo, yung 17,000. Saan nanggaling yung change na 17? So, ang accounts receivable mo, okay, ito yung accounts receivable mo, nagkaroon ka ng increase. So, 99 siya minus 0. So, nag-increase ang accounts receivable mo ng 9,900. Okay, so dun sa sabi ko sa'yo, sa discussion natin kanina, increase in assets, i-deduct mo siya. Okay? So, ito, ibig sabihin, increase in accounts receivable. So, i-minus mo siya. Okay? Ngayon naman, yung shop supplies mo, nag-decrease. So, pag decrease in assets, or decrease in current asset, siya naman ay i-add. So, 3,000. Tapos, meron kang prepaid insurance, nag-increase siya. So, ibig sabihin, nag-spend ka ng cash. So, increase in prepayments or prepaid insurance. So, dahil increase siya, positive siya dito, kabaliktaran siya. Yun ang tatandaan. Pag asset siya, kung anong nangyari, babaliktarin mo yung sign niya dito sa cash flow. So, increase, ima-minus. Decrease, i-add. Increase, ima-minus. Okay? So, punta naman tayo sa current liabilities. Current liabilities mo ay meron kang increase in payable. Okay, sabi ko nga kanina, pag increases in current liabilities, i-add back siya. Kasi supposedly, binayaran mo siya, pero hindi. So, nag-increase yung cash mo. So, wala na tayong current, wala na tayong change in current assets and current liabilities. So, yan na yung natawag na net cash flow. So, i-add mo na ngayon to, yung operating income before working capital changes, tsaka changes in, or your working capital changes, makukuha mo na yung net cash flow mo from operating activities. So, ang cash pala na na-generate mo from your operating activities is 1,100. Okay? So, now, let's proceed naman sa cash flow from investing activities. Okay? Tignan natin, meron ba siyang purchase of non-current assets? So, saan mo yan makikita? Babalik ka ngayon sa general ledger. Okay? So, non-current assets. Or, pwede din, tingnan mo yung changes. Okay? Makikita mo din yan dito. Okay? So, di ba may change? May change ba? Wala. Wala ka palang purchase of equipment. Wala. Wala kang pinurchase. So, wala kang change in cash flow from investing activities. Wala kang addition sa equipment. Okay? Meron ka lang additional depreciation which is non-cash. So, wala kang investing activities. Kung babalikan mo lahat, wala ka kasing non-current assets na pinurchase, wala ka ding pinagbili. So, wala siya. So, none. So, your net cash flow from investing is 0. Okay. Now, let's go to your cash flow from financing activities. So, punta muna tayo sa additional investment. So, saan mo ito makikita? Ang additional and withdrawal sa changes in equity mo. So, meron kang additional investment na 66,000. So, additional investment from owner, meron kang 66,000. Tapos, namang withdrawals of owner na 50,000. So, withdrawal of investment of owner 50,000. Bank loan. O, tignan natin kung magbago ba yung loan mo. Okay. So, loans payable, no changes. So, wala kang bank loans. Wala ka din payment of loans. Walang additional bank loans, walang payment of loans. So, yan na yung changes mo during or sa iyong financing activities for this problem. Okay, so yan na yung tinatawag natin cash flow. Nakukuha na natin siya pag pinag-add mo to. Net cash flow from okay. So, wait. Meron kasi tayong, dapat ang increases in accounts receivable mo, hindi mo isasama yung allowance. So, ipagko-compare natin is yung gross receivable. Kasi non-cash yung allowance. So, punta ka na lang sa, okay. So, hindi siya 99. Wait ha. Balikan natin to. So, yung gross mo is 10,000. Huwag natin gamitin yung okay, ang gagamitin natin ay yung gross. Kasi in-add back mo na yung 100 doon. Okay, so October na gross minus yung September. So, may increase ka na 10,000. So, ito, 10,000. Or, yung net change minus yung 100 dito. Okay? So, net mo dito, net cash flow from operating activities mo is 1,000. Tapos, cash flows from financing activities is 16,000. So, makukuha mo na yung net change in your cash during the month or during October or during the month. So, meron kang 1,000 plus 0 plus 16,000. So, ito yung net change during the month. Then, nalagay na natin yung, so, i-add mo, magkano ba yung beginning balance? So, cash in September. Okay. So, cash mo nung September ay 210,000. So, pag pinag-add mo ngayon to, yung net change plus the beginning balance, makukuha mo na yung ending balance. So, ito double rule natin siya ulit. So, yan na yung cash. Okay, so, di ba, match. Cash at the end of the month. Or cash at October 31, 2020. So, ito na yung statement of cash flows. Ang checking nyo dyan is ito, dapat equal siya dito. Okay? And ito, 227,000 dapat equal siya sa cash mo as per your balance sheet. Okay. So, that's your statement of cash flows or cash flow statement. Okay, so as a recap, here are your financial statements. your income statement, changes in owner's equity, your statement of financial position, and your cash flow statements. That's it for today. This is your Contador Publico, your friendly neighborhood CPA at your service. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and push the notification bell to be notified of new videos. God bless and good luck to all!